Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the sorcery market, especially for singles. As someone that runs a shop and going through a lot of single order every week, I figured I might as well use the data and then give you a bit of an insight into what is happening, what's hot, what's not. We'll go through 4 sets today: Gothic, Alpha, Beta, and Arthurian Legends. I've decided to skip Dragon Lord because Dragon Lord is a bit of an oddity. The price action is mostly due to scarcity because it's a very collectible item and prices don't make much sense. They could spike overnight, retrace, and because it's a very desirable product, people are willing to pay a bit more than common sense would have it for these kind of cards. The foil market will have its own update as well later on. For now we're just focusing on the non-foil, the staples, the playables. I'll give you a bit of context as well as to why some cards are moving up or down, because price movement without context is just noise, and that's not what we're about here. So let's get started. Alright, let's start with Gothic. Top gainers for the month of May. Top one is Pied Piper of Hamelin. Went up 84% over 1 month, which is huge. It's mostly due to what happened with the Codex changes, which impacted the card negatively, but I think it also meant that people realized that the card was good nonetheless, and they started picking up copies, driving the price up. Simple as this. Same goes for the rack. The rack has had a lot of social media / YouTube spotlight lately, with people putting it in some decks. The new Codex changes are as follow: you stretch the avatar, it enters the new location without moving, so if it enters a site that has an effect, it will trigger the effect, but it's not moving either. It's overall a great card. Realistically, you can get a lot of damage in very quickly, and yeah, so you know, good card, getting picked up, price go up. Next up, top 3, we have Bane of Aventis. So Bane of Aventis went up 55% at a price point of $25 as time of recording. This is a card that is just good. Realistically, is amazing. It's a very powerful effect. You take control of minions that have ward. Hopefully there'll be more ward mechanics in the next upcoming set. It's not just simply in Gothic, and yeah, this is a card that has a bright future in my opinion. So does Archangel Michael. So Archangel Michael, as time of recording, is the most expensive card in Gothic. Went up 44% alone in the month of May to a price point of $105. People realize that the card is actually busted. You get to strike, you get ward, it offers protection as well, being, you know, capable of using the airborne movement. It's such a great card. Realistically, the best of all 4 angels. And then to end up our top gainers, we have Withering Eye, which is an elite rarity in Gothic, but it's just, you know, sitting at $13.5 today. It's such a busted effect on a site. You can use it on your opponent's minion as well, not just yours. The price point is really justified. It's above most of uniques in Gothic as well, sitting at $13. So top gainer this month's Gothic is Pied Piper of Hamelin. Now on to the top losers. So Toolbox is opening the top losers for this month, sitting at $4.20. Went down 35%. It's mainly due to availability. Toolbox is an exceptional rarity. If you crack a box of Gothic, chances are you'll get at least 1 or 2 toolboxes. This is something that is readily available in the market and still sitting at $4 just because it's such a great card. When it comes to finishing the game, Toolbox and Zap to me is warping the death door mechanic a bit too much, but that's, you know, an opinion for another video. in top lizard number 2, we have Baylor of the Evil Eye. So Baylor went on the tear recently, and I think this is just retracing. It's retracing 25% over the month of May, and it's just, you know, healthy, normal. It's, you know, the car went up way too fast, way too high. When people realize you could also target underground minions, and that caused the car to spike. And it's simply retracing now. We also have 2 avatars in the top losers this month. We have Imposter and Magician. They're both great avatars, don't get me wrong, but the meta at the moment is mostly Necromancer with, you know, water air or simply water. We also have Geomancer that is pretty decent. We have a Modifier Pathfinder that has been getting good results. I see Avatar of Hair, Enchantress being played quite a lot as well, which simply means other avatars are losing a bit of attractiveness in Steam. Basically, that's all. And to close our top losers, we have Key to the City. So same as Baylor, Key to the City spiked a lot. It almost went up 45%. Before the month of May, it went down 22%, sitting at $50, which is, you know, a lot of money for a card that is not going into every deck. It's very convenient to ignore Sight's ability, but it's not played in every possible deck at the moment, and I can see it going down further. We'll just have a quick look at the graph as well. So you can see Michael around May 2nd just went up absolute tear, gaining almost $40 to a top of 110, and then just retraced a little bit all the way back down to $98, and then we're just, you know, now on a steady $105, and it has been like this for about a week now, and I suspect this will be his price point for a while. We have a look as well at Baylor, which topped at $40 on April the 30th and went down to a low of $29 on May 19th. It is now steady at $30, and I also suspect this is a good price point for Baylor. It is a very playable card. One other big loser that I didn't put in the top 5, but I think it's important to talk about, is Ethercore. Ethercore had a very high price point when it came out due to its art, mainly. The card is absolutely stunning to look at. It is very heavily leaning on being able to use the Void Walk mechanic, and it doesn't provide mana all the time. So that just makes it, you know, not really attractive, not a staple. So it was at about $35 in April the 30th and went on the low of $30, and it just climbed back up a little bit. Let's have a look at the rack as well. So the rack was at $20 for the longest time, even lower, and then around the start of May, which was a catalyst in terms of price growth for a lot of cards in Gothic, just doubled in price, simple as that. Went from 20 to a high of $41 on May 6th, and now just retraced back to $30, and $30 seems a good entry point if you're trying to buy the card. Okay, let's talk about Alpha. So Alpha is where it gets exciting. A lot of the Frazetta exclusive art cards have been on a tear this month. Leading the charge is Curtis and Thace, which has seen an enormous jump. It is sitting as $500 now, gaining 47% over the month of May, which is, you know, doubling in price. It's crazy. This isn't just TCG money moving, it's collectors, you know, art collectors having an interest in picking up the card, potentially not even players, just collectors. So yeah, crossover collector interest. And that kind of demand doesn't disappear overnight, you know. This is something that will just stick now. The price point of Alpha has always been on the staircase progression, and then it doesn't retrace that much. It will retrace eventually, maybe 10%, and then that'll be it. So same goes for Ruler of Thule, which is a Frank Frazetta exclusive as well. Doubled overnight. That kind of move is eye-catching, and then it could be speculative, but the broader trend in alpha is clear. The market is waking up, and people are just starting to pick up their alpha. Across the board, we're seeing roughly 5 to 6% organic growth on alpha, so it's very healthy. That's sustainable, and this is not a bubble, you know. Beta is for players, alpha is for collectors. It is absolutely not too late to pick up alpha staples. Look at the top losers, you know, Philostone, Ruby Core, Atlantean Fate, card that are extremely playable. Just retracing, you know, 15-16%. You look at the Philosopher's Stone, sitting at $330. It is an expensive card, but it's alpha. It is a very limited print. A Ruby Core sitting at $65. Same goes, you know, limited print, very playable card, and Atlantean Fate is a water staple, sitting at $33. All these cards are definitely attractive for collectors. Our losers this month in alpha are some of the cards from the pledge pack. Funny enough, we have Occult Ritual, and then the Guile Sirens. Occult Ritual went down 57%, so it halved its price point, down to $41, and then the Guile Sirens are sitting pretty at $50. Staples in alpha remain steady and then healthy. We can have a look at the Philostone dropping from $400 on the 30th of April all the way down to $330. Let's have a look at Eric's Cruiser as well, which is a perfect flat line. It's sitting at $250 on average. There's better deals to be had, but I suspect this is a card that will very soon go up in price, as well as it's an alpha exclusive, and it will just follow the steps of the Frank Frazettas. Let's have a look at the cores, the realm. You can see this is almost a perfect flat line as well. It goes up 5%, goes down 5%, and this is why it remains very flat on this graph. Okay, let's move on to beta. So beta has always been a set that was designed for players. The supply was actually enormous. Was never really running out of print, besides the last 2 months where I didn't have any boxes to sell. Still a healthy amount of staples, but it was a bit more difficult to find product in Australia. So let's go over our top gainers over the month of May for beta. So Cerberus in Chain went up 30% to a price point of $5.50. Infiltrate went up 23% as well, price point of $3.70. Boneyard went up 18%, up to $2.80. So is Earthquake, 18% up to $8.50. And lastly, we have River of Flame, went 13% up to a price point of $7. So beta is considered the core set of Sorcery. The price data reflects exactly what you want from a core set. It's cheap, it's accessible, prices across the board are very affordable. Iron cards, cores, Philostone, haven't seen dramatic movement this month, and that's actually a good thing. Beta is the entry point for the game. You don't want it to be expensive. You want new players to be able to pick up the cards they want. Basically, if people can't buy your cards, people don't play your game. Simple as that. So yeah, not much drama in beta. That's exactly how a core set should behave. Yeah, if you're new to Sorcery, building a collection, just buy a beta. You know, build your set, buy the cards you want. Don't worry about alpha. Okay, moving on to Arthurian Legends. So Arthurian Legends is the talk of the town as people are starting to wake up as to how good the set is. So there's a lot to talk about. So obviously you can't talk about Arthurian Legends without talking about the Ring of Morrigan. Went on an absolute run lately as well. 39% on such a pricey card is a huge price movement. So it's sitting at $220 at the time of recording. So yeah, Ring of Morrigan is a bit of an odd case when it comes to price point, because it's a staple. It goes in absolutely every single deck, and then I suspect there was a bit of price manipulation, and you see a lot of sales across the board. You see like daily sales on TCG Player as well, sometimes as high as $250 US, 270. So yeah, crazy prices. Morgana Le Fay as well continued to hold strong at the top hand. She's a staple, most competitive fire decks from Morgana, and you know, consistent demand, just keep the price elevated. Top gainer this month was the Witch Avatar, went up 40% to a price point of $42. Peasants Revolt 33% up to a price point of $12. Thurgereth, so Thurgereth is a bit of an oddity, went up 25%, as well as Galahad 24% up. Galahad went up because of his keywords. It just sits well with Gothic, having that protection, and then the fact that strikes can heal as well is a very good effect. Let's go over the losers of Arthurian Legends. So Amulet of Ninian went down 6.6% to a price point of $15.80. We have two of the tri-sites, namely Joyous God and Tintagel. Joyous God went down 4.3%. This is a minimal price movement, I give you that, sitting at $45, and Tintagel even less of a price movement, 1.6%, sitting at $34 US. It just goes to show that Arthurian Legend is in demand a lot. 9% up across all cards. The only cards that don't see much action are most of the Sir Peleas, Pellinor. They're all sitting around the $2-3 mark. If you're looking at buying the tri-element sites, there's a restock of Arthurian Legend coming up very soon. It's been announced in Australia. I would probably wait till end of June to buy all your expensive cards. You know, try to buy the Ring, Morgana, the tri-sites, Boudica, the Green Knight even, you know, or the auras like the Black Plague and the Famine. I would wait another 2 to 3 weeks just to pick up all of the expensive card, because they will most likely go down in price, just make it more affordable for players. This might be the best time to get in on these. Okay, let's wrap things up. What's the big picture here? Well, outside of some random spikes and, you know, frankly, price manipulation, some cards have been pushed by bad actors, you know, but it happens all the time. If you see a spike in a card, just, you know, don't buy it. Wait, it'll retrace eventually. They'll move on to, you know, trying to manipulate another card, and then just pick it up when it's down, not up. But yeah, the overall sorcery market is in a really good health. I see a lot of trades. We have a lot of sales coming through. Not as many people trying to sell the collection, more interest into buying rather than selling or trading. A lot of people are interested in the staples. So growth is organic, demand is real. There's a lot of demand for sorcery, way more than last year and then even the year before, obviously. The game is clearly finding new players and collectors, which is amazing to see. It's, you know, sorcery is coming a long way from a very small player base to organized play now that gets sold out, you know, in 2 minutes, because at the time of recording, Avatar the Realm tickets sold out in 2 minutes, which is amazing. I know it upset a lot of people that couldn't get in, but to see that allegedly 300 tickets sold out in 2 minutes is something I didn't think I would see 3 years ago when the game first started. So this is where we are. Organized play is more popular than ever, so there has never been a better time to get into sorcery, guys. And that concludes today's markets update. We'll try to do that every month, you know, and just let us know what you think about this. I know the financial sides of card games and the activity around all of this rub some people the wrong way, but this is not about pumping cards or not. This is just reading the data, giving you advice as to whether you should pick up some cards or not based on to their price point. So that's it for today. Thanks, guys, and let us know what you think about the video. If you want to see more market videos, if you want to see them more often, or if you don't want to see them at all, and if you like the video, please comment, like and subscribe as well. I'll see you next time.